Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Kimberly Ephone's Tarot. Today we're going to be rocking a different type of read. I'm going to discuss power by numbers is not always power. And sometimes the true power itself is seeing value in people, establishing true, authentic relationships and bonds with them. Not like something stupid like trauma bonding or something like that, because you're just taking chaos and manifesting more chaos at the result of being through traumatic experiences. Now, before I get into this read, I just want to say please read my disclaimer. It's for entertainment purposes only. If you develop any signs of psychosis, for example, oh shit, I gotta light that back up. Sorry, I laughed out the candle, y'all. If you develop any signs of psychosis, please make sure you are provided with a straitjacket. If you are not able to provide a doctor's note to your supervisor the next time you go into work. Sorry, guys, I'm just being witty. I'm going to take a drink of water because I'm thirsty, and let's get into the reading. I drew the Three of Wands, but the way it came out is this way, which has never happened before in any of my readings. So it came out like downwards instead of upwards. What the fuck? Did I just shuffle these wrong? Five of Cups. Downwards again. See, I can't make it up. Four of Cups. Did I just put them upside down? Well, now that I'm doing it, I'm just going to interpret every card that way. The Fool. The Lovers in the upright, which is the only card that came up upright so far. Ten of Wands in the reverse. Knight of Coins in the reverse. Three of Wands represents hard work and travel. The Princess takes a long journey, making sacrifices and surviving trials along the way. Since it came out in the reverse, it represents returning home, wallowing, frustration. So, what did I just say about power in numbers not actually being power? That was the overall message I wanted to channel for this reading. And the fact that the Three of Wands is in the reverse and returning home due to failed plans. It sounds like if a group of people would come together against one person, such as myself or anybody else, whether they deserve it or not. In my case, I haven't done anything wrong, but like no matter how you interpret it, I'm just viewing this card in the reverse as failed plans, not manifesting success from bothering other people who don't do anything to you or even think about you. That's how I'm interpreting that card. The next one that's coming out is the Five of Cups in the reverse. Five of Cups is useless regret without learning. She continues to wallow in grief, refusing to seek redemption or happiness. I've been there myself, and my personal advice is that you don't have to let your past experiences shape the person you become today or even tomorrow. You take lessons from your past experiences to become a better person and improve and build from it. But in the reverse, it represents moving on, forgiveness, acceptance, finding peace, encouragement. And I keep stressing this message in most of what I post on social media. I say, I'm not mad at anybody personally, like I'm not at war with anybody, but if you keep bothering me unjustly and coming after an innocent person, don't think that I won't defend myself. And I know that's your currency because there's a lot of retards out there, but that's just directed at a specific person or group. Remember, every day reality calls, and you have the choice to pick up the phone for reality or not answer it because reality has you on speed dial every day. Four of Cups in the reverse. It represents romanticizing bad choices while ignoring good alternatives. Coveting what is superficially better, neglecting a plain nightingale who can actually sing away death. Can I sing you a old song for Bobby Long? I'll sing you a song, so put down the dark liquor and just shake my hand and be a man or be a woman. Let's hug it out, 'cause I'm singing away my own death or even yours. Why can't we be friends? In reverse, how this came out, it represents motivation, opportunity, optimism, restlessness, and boredom. So maybe you choose to bother people because you're bored, you want attention, you're a clout chaser, whatever the case. You're money hungry. These are not emotions that need to consume you. And the desire to always feel like you need more will actually give you less. That's why some of the most richest people go on interviews and talk about how miserable they are. Now, if you can find me one who says, hey, I've got all this expensive shit and it makes me happy, that's great, but how did you earn that? Did you do it honestly? Did you do it ethically? Did you ever have to fuck people over to get there? Because if you did, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but it's like this whole message I channeled was power in numbers is not power. Looking within yourself, trusting your heart, trusting your mind, trusting your intuition, reading energy, and using energy properly. That's the true definition of power, in my opinion. And this Four of Cups is like romanticizing bad choices. That's what it means. I even actually said this before I got started on the reading, and I had no idea what the card was going to come out, but I had shuffled it earlier and planned it for tonight. I posted this on my main channel. I said power in numbers is not really power, and it seems like people like to romanticize their bad choices for the illusion of power. For what? For a Fisher Price version of a new car or something? Like, that ain't shit. We have the Fool in the reverse. Represents the pinnacle of a decision, carefree and excited by a new life, regardless of warnings. Exactly. You can choose to be happy and at peace every day, or you can choose to be miserable and consumed by your own emotional thought process, which will drive you to the point of needing that straitjacket, like I discussed earlier. And then I don't know if you're even going to be able to give your supervisor a doctor's note. If you're crazy as fuck, you should probably get yourself checked out and fixed up. I don't know. But the Fool in the reverse represents apathy, hesitation, a faulty choice, and recklessness. Why are you hesitating? Are your choices reckless? If so, change up the dynamic. You are not binded to your past choices. You are not even binded to your current surroundings. You can make positive changes to create a better tomorrow for yourself as well as whoever you choose to allow into your social circle. And if they aren't doing you any good, cut them loose. There's always an end to many situations. The Lovers in the upright represents romance and opposites attracting, often related to spirituality, emotions, and water. Emphasize the importance of communication in a pivotal time. Upright, it represents love, harmony, trust, and choice. I don't like to say a leap of faith because people use that term to gaslight me often. They always say, take a leap of faith, and these are the same kind of people who will show up to your funeral and even pre plan it. I can't make that shit up, but when I discussed tonight's reading on my main page, I really did stress the importance of loyalty over power and unity. Because if you're loyal to one person instead of being loyal to 17 people who do just shady things, and it's not even making you feel good about it. Like, change it up. Change. I'm not begging for attention or anything. Like, this relates to me, but it relates to anybody who's in chaotic situations or anybody who's looking for a way out of chaotic situations. That's the energy I'm picking up on. And, I'm not looking for love. It could mean other things if it's pertaining to me. It could just mean a new friendship. It could mean, even though I don't know how to trust people and I don't know how to love people anymore, maybe someday I can learn again. This is the only card that came out in the upright. I can't make it up. Every other card is in the reverse, which is really weird to me. Knight of Coins in the reverse. The Knight of Coins is willing to put in the work to set things right. He is strong, loyal, and determined to all things he sets his mind to. Reversed, it can represent impatience, irresponsibility, and anxiety. Even though I can't say I can relate to that, I can relate to the overall message of the Knight of Coins. It's just the fact that it's in the reverse. If this resonates with anybody else who's listening, let me know, because are you being irresponsible with your choices? Is it making you anxious? If so, that should be telling you you're doing something wrong. Regarding me, anytime I make a decision these days, I'm doing it knowing that I'm not doing it with the intention of fucking people over or doing something shady that could get me caught up into trouble. If somebody tries to force trouble onto me, that's just them and it's their problem. It's their emotional baggage. And that may even relate to the message in reverse about being irresponsible and anxious because maybe you make poor decisions. Maybe you're not doing things right. Who am I to tell you what to do? Ten of Wands in the reverse. Reversed, it represents avoidance, burnout, overcommitting, and giving up. Now, I myself do not operate in that mindset or frequency. I don't avoid anything, and if people want to fuck with me, I make it public knowledge. Burnout, meaning you're just tired, but what are you tired from? Are you tired from burning yourself out, or are you tired of burning out trying to please other people? If you're just tired by trying to please other people, change up your life, change up your social circle, and you're going to feel a lot better. Overcommitting. I've been there. You want to trust people, you want to love people, you want to believe in people, and the reality of the situation is most people are not good. Most people are not for you. And it all relates to what I said about power through numbers is not really power at all. But two people who are operating on the same frequency, who really want to do well and create positive changes in their lives as well as their communities. That's real, and that's something I can really get behind. It could also represent giving up in the reverse. And I've been there. I've had people drag me through the mud. They tell all kinds of lies about me to the point of making me feel like I should give up what I'm doing, but I'm not doing anything wrong. You're the one telling the lie. Don't be a little bitch about it and cry wolf later. You know what you did, you know what you lied on. Own it. Take responsibility for your actions like I have every time in my life when I messed up. Which, by the way, I've been on the straight and narrow path for a long time. I don't know what the fuck y'all are doing who choose to bother me, but maybe try not to get the straight jacket if you cannot provide a doctor's note to your supervisor because you're screwed up. Listen, man, I'm not trying to judge anybody. I know how it is. My parents didn't raise me right, and I had to learn myself my own morals and ethics because I went within to discover I do not want to live in darkness. I don't care how hateful, chaotic, and toxic people are. You show me that one out of the 17 who are bastards, and I'll rock with the one out of the other 17. That's going to be the end of this reading. I'm sure Meth Pipe would have words, but when doesn't Meth Pipe have words, right? Meth Pipe is always the one who speaks chaos. Meth Pipe is the person who doesn't want to make changes. Meth Pipe is the selfish, narcissistic, gaslighting imbecile. And Meth Pipe cannot be helped because they cannot help themselves. But we've got all these cards in the reverse. with the lovers being the only one in the upright. I can't make this shit up. I did not plan it that way. I don't know what that means. It doesn't mean I'm looking to love on anybody or get married or anything like that. Because I know there's a lot of romance scammers out there who insist on marriage. And I would always say, since I refuse to marry you, if you insist on claiming me, you're just going to have to put a bullet in my head before I agree to marrying you. Especially if you're a stalker. Have a good one, y'all. That's the end of this read.